Good evening, parents and guardians. Thank you so much for taking the time out to watch this video. This is going to take you through the AP European History course and expectations. I will attach a link to the slideshow on the website so that you can go ahead. All those links that I talk about in this video will be active so that you can click on them. So if you want to see the course expectations again, if you want to get the paperwork to figure out how to pay for the AP test, or any of the active links that are on there. If you want to sign up for Remind so you too can get a daily message from me, feel free to do that, and the links will be there on the slideshow. So I'll start with just saying hi. I have already had your student for 7 weeks, and it's been a pleasure. It's been a lot of struggle for students who are first learning how to take a college level class. We try to put a lot of supports in, but it's so much harder when we're distance learning. We don't know exactly how much longer we're going to be at this point of full distance learning. We may be moving, by the time you watch this video, we may be already transitioning to distance level 1, or excuse me, level 2, and then on to level 3. I'm not quite sure. But I will do my best to take you through the basics of the course, and then if you have any additional questions, you can always email me, and the information will be on the slideshow with my email address. So again, I'm Mrs. Short. I've been teaching at Santana for about 11 years, I think, and I've been teaching in the district for 16 years. And history has been my passion, and I love sophomores. I think they're wonderful. And I look forward to spending more time with your student in quarter 3, as we are almost finished with quarter 1.
So let's get started with the basics. So this is AP European History. We start in 1450, and we're going to try to get as close to present day as we can in our curriculum before the AP test, which takes place in May. The curriculum moves pretty fast given that now we're on a quarter system. So normally we would do time period 1 and time period 2, which ranges from 1450 to 1815 in semester 1, and then we'd go from 1815 to present day, which are our second 2 time periods, in semester 2. So your student has almost gotten all the way to Napoleon and the downfall of Napoleon and the Congress of Vienna in 1815. So they've done a lot of work. They have worked really hard. So let me take you through the basics of this course and what it's asking your student to do. And then if you guys have any questions, obviously you can email me. So what we found to work is to send out the course expectations at the beginning of the semester, and then parents and students responded by filling out a Google form that said they had read them. They're pretty extensive course expectations, and so I just want to give you access to them here. So if you go back to the place where you clicked on this video, there's a slideshow, and you can come and open that slideshow and click on the course expectations, and you will see the ones that we sent out at the beginning of the semester. And again, it's a college level course, so there's a lot of reading and writing required, a lot of interaction. There's pretty high expectations. This is not just an honors course. It is an advanced placement course. The syllabus had to be approved by the College Board, who is also in charge of making the SATs and the PSATs and the ACT. So there are some restrictions and requirements about what we need to cover and in what depth we need to cover those. And Ms. Erpelding and myself, as the AP European History teachers at Santana, have worked very diligently to create a syllabus that hopefully still keeps history fun and interesting, but covers everything that your student will need to know to be successful on the AP European History test for the College Board. So please, if you need to, click on those course expectations. We also have a more thorough syllabus that is available to you if you want to know a little bit more of the details of everything that we're required to cover. Additionally, we're using Schoology this year, and there are some things we really like about it and some things that are a little bit of a challenge. But what I would say first and foremost is that please look to Infinite Campus for your students' grades. If you do go on to Schoology or look onto Schoology with your student, know that that's a place for me to disseminate information and for me to collect work. It doesn't always have the most accurate grades, but I think that it should be pretty close. But Infinite Campus would be your default for your student's grade, and Schoology is the system by which we distribute information and materials and collect work. Late work I've been very compassionate given the scenario that we're in with COVID-19 and how difficult it is for students sometimes with technology and internet being the way it is to turn in work. So originally in the course expectations, there was a requirement of only having a couple of late assignments that were accepted and that they would be accepted for full credit, and there was a cutoff date. Obviously, I have been lenient in that area, but again, the most important thing for students to be successful in this class is to keep up on their daily assignments so that they have a chance to work with the information and understand it and ask questions, and to be involved when we do have in-person class or when we're doing Zooms. Additionally, I'm using Remind as a way to send out daily announcements to students to encourage them and to kind of give them expectations for what's going to be happening in the future. So just be aware Remind is there. So for parents and guardians who might not have known what Schoology looks like, and your student might complain quite often that it's not working or it's not doing what they wanted, this is on the left-hand side. You're going to see what a week would look like. So when we did the Reformation in this first quarter, they have a folder, and that folder can be opened, and you will see a calendar right at the beginning of it. Again, I encourage students to print out the calendar and check things off, but that calendar is available for them. And then each day is opened to work to complete for that day and for work to be turned in. Notice there's a little must complete that is below the week 4 Reformation title folder, and that means that if they do not look at certain things, they will not be able to proceed into their assignments. So for instance, must complete is in reference to week 4 calendar. The students all need to look at the calendar for the week prior to going into the Monday folder. If they don't do that, the Monday folder will stay kind of a darker hue, and it will not let you actually click on it and open it until you have opened the other document. Same thing when you get into the Monday folder, you will have something that's circled, which I put on the slide, which is that you will have your instructions for the day. You have to look at those because I spend so much time and the students spend so much time trying to figure out what they're supposed to do, but they don't read the instructions. So it's a must-view item. If they do not open the instructions, their other folders will not open. So just be aware of that. They look at it. It should click a green check mark when they've looked at it. They sometimes will have to refresh, and then they can go into their folders for that day. Sometimes there's additional work that needs to be done inside the folders with turn-ins. Sometimes I just put, like you can see here with the Discovery and Reformation terms, I'll just click a link there that gives them terms that they're supposed to know. So that is kind of the basics of what Schoology looks like for your students. Here is the Remind information for you. So again, if you go to the slideshow that's on the Google Doc that you got from the website, the Santana website, you'll be able to click on this link and you can join as a parent if you would like to get the announcements for the day. Or just, again, remind your student they need to be on here. Students check texts more than they check emails, so this is my way of making sure that they get the information I need them to have for the next day. So this is the big new information that most of the students don't have quite yet, which is about the AP test. So all of my students have joined the sections that are in the far right-hand corner. So I have 27 students in period 3, 35 in period 5, and 35 in period 7. So if your student is not in there, that means that they have not been able to take multiple tests and they probably are not doing very well in this class. So just make sure that your student is in what's called AP Classroom. That is something that the College Board puts together, and it allows them to get their test information, all of the details for studying for the test, and this is the only way that they can really order a test. They have to have been on this website. So I've got them all in, so that's a good thing. So the next thing is the ordering of the tests. So all tests have to be purchased at the student store online by November 6th. There's an order form that's linked here. The cost is $95. That is fully refundable. And you see in the bottom right-hand corner, I took this straight off the College Board website. It says this year will be no fees whatsoever if a student decides not to test or cancel their exam. So no fees. You get all of your money back if your student decides not to test or they cancel the exam. So please, this is should make your student feel very confident that if they get to the point where they're about to take the test and they feel like they're not ready for it, that you can still get your money back. The AP test will take place on Friday, May 7th at noon. This is based on an in-person test, which we'll see if that's going to happen. It is about a 2-hour and 45-minute test with a break in the middle. Students who have either IEPs or 504 accommodations for additional time, we need to get you guys those accommodations on this test, and this will work for SATs and all of those things. Once you get an accommodation through the College Board, you should be able to continue to use that accommodation the entire time. Additionally, these tests can be discount priced. So if your federal income if your income falls within this federal income guide, you will be eligible for a reduced rate test. So what you might want to do is click on that link, check out and see if you would qualify, and if you do, then the income eligibility form is there for you to fill out. So that is the major things that you need to know. If you have any additional questions, you can contact me at my email address there. And I would be happy to go over any of the things that you have questions about regarding the AP test, the AP class, the AP curriculum, any of that kind of stuff. So please feel free to contact me, and I look forward to continuing to teach your student into quarter 3. Thank you very much.